the trick to any sort of on-air solo campaign, whatever, is when you have a competition element, is to include the passive listener. All right, it's not just about the contestant. And when it is just about that contestant who honestly gives a shit, only because you're giving them 2,000 rand, you've lost already. But when your audience is playing along either in the car or they are genuinely interested in how this whole concept is going to roll out, then you have a hit.
You've got to make it like a mini game show within the radio show. You've got to, it's about the other millions of people listening, and whether it's poking fun at the person who's entering, sympathizing with the person who's entering, you've got to evoke some kind of emotion, whether it's ridicule or whether it's celebration and joy together. You've got to do that for the other people listening, because they're not benefiting, so they need to benefit in another way. It's not just about the person who's winning. And the hard sell promos, I know it's going to break your heart, but they don't work. People switch off, and if they know it's if it's a 5-week campaign, you've lost those consumers for 5 weeks. You've got to make it interactive. You've got to make it enjoyable, and you've just got to move away from this is what we are and this is what we're selling.
I think it comes back down to trust. I mean, I expect my audience to trust me, and at the same time, I expect you to trust me. If you say, look, this is what we want to do, and I say, look, I don't think that's going to work. Just trust us that this is coming from experience, and we can tell you 10 reasons why it's not going to work. And trust me, we will find a way to make whatever product it is work.
I always use experience as an example, and not my experience, because you don't know me, so I can't expect you to trust me. I always say you must play the game yourself. You must close your eyes, play the game, and hear what it sounds like. And if it bores you, it's going to bore the listeners. If it excites you, it's going to excite the listeners. You must always, I always try and encourage advertisers is put yourself in their shoes, in our shoes, in everyone's shoes, and you must physically do it with your colleagues. All close your eyes and do it, and have the radio personality and all of that. And if it's exciting in the boardroom, it's going to be exciting on air. If it's not, you know what you're going to get. So do it, experience it yourself. Don't just have a copywriter who's going to schmooze you and tell you, this is going to be great. Do it before we do it on air.